Hi, everybody. My name is Miss Pytko, and I am your child's science teacher for this school year. I am going to present my screen so we could just talk about a few things related to our science class. So welcome. I teach periods 1 and 3. I teach Earth and Energy Science. This is a freshman course. Period 6, I teach physical science. This is right now juniors and seniors can take this course. And period 7 and 8, I teach human biology. Let me just present real quick. And so all of our courses, pretty much freshman, sophomore, and junior year, are half-year courses. So most likely I have your son or daughter until January for the first half of the year, the first semester. And then the second half of the year, they would be taking another class. There are a few students who are doubled up on science right now, meaning they have 2 periods of it. And so the second half of the year, they're probably taking some of their elective courses, like art or culinary or gym. There are a lot of options. And in the presentation I posted for the students, I put a link to the course catalog. In January, we'll be discussing what classes they would like to take next year. So I made this also for the students, so there might be a couple of slides I have to skip. A little bit about myself. I received my bachelor's of science and biology from Southern Connecticut State University. It's also where I went for my teacher prep courses. And then in 2015, I did my master's in education, first in curriculum and development, and then in environmental education. And this was online through Concordia University in Portland, Oregon. 2017, I graduated with my 6-year degree in administration and my 092 certification. So I can be an administrator. And that was from Sacred Heart University. I just completed a 1-year intensive program to get my cross certification in special education. So I'm now a special ed teacher. Very excited about that. And this was through CREC, the University of Hartford. A little bit about myself. I have a 9-year-old daughter in 3rd grade. Her name is Molly. I am also a member of SEPTA here in town, which is the special ed PTA. I am finishing up my 6th year as a Fairfield Board of Education member. I was elected onto my 2nd term. When I was in high school, I went to the aquaculture school here in Bridgeport, which is an option for your child. On Thursdays, I teach organic chemistry to nursing students at Sacred Heart University. My daughter and I love to attend Bunnell sporting events. A lot of the students have already seen us. We've been to some of the away and home football games. And the important thing is that the students know that I'm here for them, that I am dedicated to helping them inside and outside of the classroom, and that they're always welcome to contact me. If they email me, it goes right to my cell phone, and I will happily meet, either remotely or in person after school if they need extra help. And then I just showed them some pictures of my daughter, and then some pictures of myself. And I invited them if they wanted to run the Vicky Soto 5K. We do that every year. It's 3 miles. And then I did a couple quotes with them just to start the year off on a positive foot. So if you're always trying to be normal, you'll never know how amazing you could be. We're just going to skip over some of these quotes real quick. So what I explained to them were the different offerings for them. So their freshman year, they take a human biology half-year course, and then they take a half-year of Earth and Energy Science. And then their sophomore year, and I also teach these courses, just not this year. Next year, they can have me again. There's Chem 1 class that they can take, and then it's half year. The other half of the year, they can take an environmental biology course, or they can take another half year of Chem 2. And junior, senior years, they have lots of options here. They have a forensics course. They have an actual physics, honors physics, AP. There are a lot of AP classes here, honors courses. There's environmental science courses. And right now I am actually helping to develop 2 more courses. which would be biotechnology, and then another course in neuroscience. I'm very, very excited about that. Lots of options for juniors and seniors. So the big thing in my class is Google Classroom. It really helps my students stay organized, and I really learned a lot about it during our time in remote learning. I put all assignments up there. Everything I post starts with the day of the week, the date that I'm posting it, that we're doing it, and then the type assignment of it is. So if it's their daily do now question, if it's a classwork assignment, there's not a lot of homework in this class. They're given ample time in class to work on something. It becomes homework if they do not finish it in school. And then all projects, our performance mastery-based projects will be up there also. Everything has a due date of Friday. So if I assign it on a Monday, it's due by Friday. And if they need the weekend to catch up, that's fine. I prefer they tell me, they struggling this week and they just needed a little more time. So they got their Chromebooks in English class, especially any new students, any freshmen, and kind of learned where the library was, which was great too. Our library got updated with new floors and a new plan, and it looks great. This is my contact information. Please feel free to email me at any point, any questions you have. I sent out an email earlier in the year. I hope you got it. And just talking about some of the ways that I want to help your child work on their executive functioning. So their organization, their planning, their memory, in my classroom and outside. And the students know that if they forget my email address, they can always private message me through Google Classroom. And once again, the email and the Google Classroom go right to my phone. And then that's Benel's phone number. This was just a letter from the nurse that I went over with them, and just reiterating to them how grading works. This has actually changed since then, so we're going to have to go over that again. Work expectations. Although advance notice will be given with any test or quiz, they really should be reviewing the material that I have them take note-taking in their science lab notebook. So they have a single subject notebook, and we're taking notes at least once a week, and they should be reviewing it regularly. Lab reports they'll have a due date after we're done with our experiment. Our first lab report was actually online. So while I'm waiting for their lab safety contracts to come back, we've done all labs online, and they had questions instead of a lab report. Please, please, if your child needs extra help, I'm here for them. I'm willing to stay, okay? If they want to talk about an assignment, they can email me. If they're concerned that they should have had a better grade, always feel that you can reach out to me. I am absolutely here for them. And they don't have to wait till Friday to do their science work. Maybe they should donate, say one day of the week, this is the day I'm going to do my science work that I couldn't make up in school. We go over behavior expectations. Respect is mandatory. It's definitely earned, but it's important to respect yourself and respect others. The responsibility of one's actions is always encouraged, expected, warranted. The classroom sometimes is set up like a laboratory. And so that's just important to, maintain appropriate behavior and maturity and make sure that they break something, they tell me about it, so that I can clean it up. I generally give them a warning, whatever it is. Put the phone away, stop talking. You need to focus on the instruction, the warning. If the warning isn't enough, I go over and I have a personal conversation with them, or we step outside the classroom and we have a conversation. And generally it stops there. It doesn't go past that. But should I have to contact home, please know that this was me giving them lots of chances. So that's the time when you and I are going to work together to help them be more successful in school. And if the behavior just really continues, then I get, their guidance counselor involved, or the school social worker, somebody that they're working with, sometimes their coach, or if it's really serious, their assistant principal. Immediate office referrals are only necessary for the following infractions: swearing at the teacher or another student intently, vandalizing any of the property, physical altercations, threatening or intently bullying another student in class, skipping class. If you don't show up and I take attendance and you were not here, I have to let the office know. Insubordination. I ask you to do something and you intently won't do it. And then if I set up a detention and we've agreed on it and you know that they're going to be here and they purposely don't come, I try to schedule another detention before I actually have to just write up a referral and say, you're refusing to stay. I hate to keep going with the negativity, but the school district has a policy that cell phones are not to be out during class. They're supposed to be away. Same thing with earbuds or headphones. Any electronic device, really. It needs to be in your backpack or in your pocket or something, and you need to be focusing on the class because we really don't see each other for a long period of time. We have about 55 minutes now. Attendance in class is recorded in PowerSchool. During the first period of the day, if the student's tardy, they go to the guidance attendance office and they're issued a pass. So they have like the first 10 minutes of the day to just go directly to class. I still mark them tardy, but it's really important that students understand the attendance policy because 3 unexcused tardies equals an unexcused absence. And in a half-year course, which is what we're only a semester, you're only allowed 10 days. And this is really important because you can have an A in the class, but if you're missing so much of class, you actually have to go in front of an attendance committee and kind of like justify the days. And I don't really want anyone to lose credit because they were late or something. And I encourage the students, read the district policy about this. And once again, I just go over, this class only goes till January. It moves pretty fast with progress reports now on Friday. We're about a quarter of the way through the class. I gave them a link to the full course catalog. I gave them a link to all of the athletic teams and their schedules. And then I highly encourage my students to join clubs, to meet new people. I already have 2 students who want to start 2 new clubs, and I'm always happy to be an advisor to that. I definitely think that's great. Definitely looks wonderful on a college application that you were the founding member of a new club. And their first assignment was a me card. And so please ask your child to show them the me card that they made for me. They were telling me 10 sentences about themselves. I was the only person that was going to see the me card. And I really what did they want me to know about themselves? And this was my me card. And then we did a quick icebreaker, and I gave them their classroom code. And we talked about, let me just back out of there. We'll stop sharing for a minute. So I absolutely want you to know that I am here anytime you want to talk. I am here for your son or daughter if they need anything. I'm really looking forward to the school year. I'm so happy to be back in this classroom and with them and, to the day that we can do live labs. So if they have not turned in their lab safety contract, if you could have them show them to you electronically and they can sign it, that would be great because then we can start working on labs. We were definitely a hands-on class, which is a lot of fun for them. But I want to welcome you to Bunnell. If this is your first time here, we have a lot of new people here at Bunnell, and here's to a wonderful year. Thanks, everybody.